What's up YouTube? So today we're going to be doing two videos in one day, one time type of thing. Whatever. I'm going to be installing rock lights and LED whips. I've always kind of thought the whips were a little bit lame, but now seeing some of these, I'm like, I want those. So I bought them. I got R1 Industries, HD Extreme or something like that. I'll leave a link to them. But they were having a sale. If you bought the 4-foot Extremes, you got an 8 kit rock light for free. So I was like, why not? You know, I mean, I like deals, so had to get it. Anyway, I've already got it installed. I'm gonna show you how to install them, but right off the bat, I'm gonna show you what it looks like. We got the rock lights. We got them in the grill. We got them underneath. We got them back here, but these freaking things are like the sun, dude. And they do so much cool shit. I'm probably gonna have to turn it down just to show you what they do. Look at that. Hopefully that comes through on camera. That is super sweet. Now, turn it back up. Alright, so now we've got to mount what you just saw, which obviously hasn't happened yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another one of these mounts. This is the trial run. If you can tell, this hole is a little bit off centered. And the reason why I did that is I was trying to get it lined up correctly. So when I stuck the whip on there, these are quick disconnect. When you stuck it on there, it would hit the bolt. So what I'm gonna do is make the tab longer, and I cut it with an angle grinder and a regular drill. It's not something you need special equipment for. You could buy this stuff, you know, buy something like this, but I've got metal laying around, so I'm gonna make it and I'll be happy. So let's get started. Alright, so I got it on there, temporary. I still got to clean it up. I would have liked it to be a little less wide. When you look at it this way, it's pretty wide, but that's okay, that's all I had. But it leans back a little bit, so I may bend that up, but I kind of like the lean to it. I don't know yet, so we'll see. Obviously you can skip this step if you're just going to buy the ready-made stuff. You could probably mount it at the back with the flag holes. You can buy stuff that mounts to the roll cage, that you can tilt it back, forward, left, right, whatever. I'm mounting it there. So now I got it primed up, looking pretty good. Just got to get some black paint on it. Now I'm going to show you how to start wiring it up. Got my big bag of zip ties. Time to get after it. So now you need to get the seats out, and then there's 2 bolts there, 1 bolt up there. Really helps to have one of these little tools to get these little deals out, but you don't have to. You could find another way of routing this. You could pop a hole in it, whatever, but this is the best way, is to pull the center console like that. Also, the next video will be installing the rock lights, so I'll need that open to run the rock lights to the back also. So I'd rather just have 1 switch instead of having 2, because when are you going to want the rock lights on and not the whips? If you don't want the whips on, you can just take them off. So I'm gonna put them on 1. The rock lights, which again will be in next video, come with a huge pile of wire, but it comes with an install kit with a fuse and everything, like the other doesn't. But it does come with this little bitty switch. I don't want to use a little bitty switch, so we're going to show you how to put it to one of those rocker switches in this video also, but it'll be in both videos. Now right now that switch has nothing connected to it, and it's going to follow this 200 amp main that goes to the bus bar. It's going to go down through there, and it's going to come up from way down there and then go in to this compartment here, probably through this little corner, and connect to this switch. Now I'll put a fuse in between it. It shouldn't need nothing but like a 5 amp fuse or something like that. It draws pretty low current. These are actually on a 5 amp fuse, so I may just cut this off and wire this in to the bus bar or the fuse block and put a fuse in there and use that inline fuse for the whips. Okay, so I've got all the routing done. I've started with zip tying them to the roll cage so they don't move when I pull them. And I'm going to show you how I ran it. It's pretty simple. You can use your own routing, but this is what I've chosen. Okay, so there's the bar. It comes down, you can't really tell. Comes down, runs across, you can see it there. It runs back behind this hole down here. Then I got it tucked behind the heat shield, running into the center console. Then here it is right here. I haven't zip tied this part yet, but it goes up through following the factory power wires that go to the bus bar that I've changed to this. Here's the bus bar. I still use it for switch power, but here's our wire coming up now. I'm going to attach it to the back of this switch that's also going to go to the rock lights. Now the driver's side's pretty much the same, zip tied to the roll cage. Comes down, it's right here. Follows the fuel lines, I think those are the fuel lines. Comes across, goes all the way down, and then goes in that hole also. And then comes up into here. Alright, so we got the wires nice and neat. They were different lengths, so I put a little loop in it and got it tied all the way up to the factory wiring harness. This is how I get all my shots with the light. But anyway, that's pretty much the routing of it. I'm going to show you how to wire the switch here in a minute. Alright, so I finally got everything wired. I've got the switch wired up, and if you get the kit, well, that's not good, that just came off. If you get the kit, the switch that comes with it will have a red, a blue, and a black. It's going to go black, red, blue. And what you're going to do is double tap your connectors. And what I mean by that is you can see this blue wire has a red wire going to it, and this ground wire has 2 black wires. The red wire down there only has 1. So the blue wire that's got the red wire, that's going to the whips back there, and the black wire is also going to the whips. So that's how we're turning on the whips. Instead of having a separate switch, they're just going to be on the rock light switch. You can put them on a separate switch if you want, but that'll be different. So that's why it looks the way it does. Got the switch wires. Here's the fuse for the whips. I took that fuse off of the kit that came with the rock lights because the rock lights are going to have a fuse that goes here. It'll just be like that. But now we're going to mount the brackets that I made on here and actually mount the whips for good. Alright, so we got it mounted. I had to put a little spacer here because the threads were going to hit the bar right there. I did have to make a custom tool to get it because a regular length wrench was hitting here, which in hindsight you could have probably just took off. But that's a pretty crappy wrench. So let's see what it looks like on there. So it fits good. Now I just got to finish everything else up. Now I could see this bending, and I could see it bending this part right here and then going further back, which I'm just going to let happen. If it does happen, I might like the way it leans back, and if I don't, I'll just buy some billet mounts that bolt here. But for the purpose of this video, getting them done is more important. So R1 Industries, if I could make one suggestion, it would be to make this have an Allen in the top of it or something like that, just to hold it, because you can't put pliers on it or nothing like that. You pretty much have to hold it by hand, and it comes with a lock washer, which is kind of difficult, but otherwise awesome. All right, here they are both installed. Got the flags on them, which you can take off if you want, put your own flags on, whatever. So here they are wired up. They're a little bit bent, a little bit off, so one of those needs to be bent back. So I think the mounts are definitely going to bend, but maybe use a little bit better metal, or maybe buy the actual thing that you need. But anyway, you've seen this working in the beginning of this video, so I guess this is the best time of any to end this video. The other video will end in a different video. Good lord, those are bright. Got the whips doing cool shit. You can't even tell what it's doing on camera. But the switch works. So if you like this video, hit the like button. Make sure you watch the other video. They'll be posted at the same time. Go ahead and watch the playlist at the end if you need to see anything else. I've done a ton to this thing, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, I guess that's it. Make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram too. And like I said in other videos, if you DM me on Instagram and follow me, I may pick you for some stickers. I may pick you to give away my old set of rock lights. 2 of them are missing. The wires have been ripped because it didn't take as much time to wire them like I did this one. This pretty much took me all day, and look at all the scrap freaking zip ties and wire everywhere, shit everywhere. But it's gonna work out, it's gonna last a long time, so I'm happy about it.